This video has been updated to fully comply with YouTube community guidelines and advertiser-friendly policies. Updated audio sections were re-recorded with a new microphone. This one and this one, which may cause slight voice tone variations. Asianholic. This one or this one? This one will be good for intro. A lot of foreigners arrive in Bangkok, believing the city is some kind of a state of social freedom. A lot of foreigners arrive in Bangkok, believing the city is some kind of a state of social freedom. Like the moment they step out of Suvarnabhumi airport, suddenly social rules disappear. They picture the illuminated city, modern entertainment, and round-the-clock bustle. But honestly, the longer I stayed in Bangkok, the more I realized the opposite was true. Bangkok has one of the most rigid, invisible social hierarchies I've ever seen. The difference is that unlike in some countries where class is spoken about openly, in Bangkok it operates quietly. Nobody walks up to you and says, "You are not rich enough for this environment." But you feel it anyway. Tourists often misunderstand what they are actually experiencing here. They think confidence alone is enough. Charm, humor, personality, foreign status. And to be fair, sometimes those things do matter, but only within certain lanes already available to you. That's the part many people don't understand. Bangkok doesn't function like a completely open social market. It functions more like overlapping ecosystems. And each ecosystem has invisible economic borders around it. The women working in luxury tonga lounges are living psychologically different lives from office workers commuting home on the BTS. Those office workers live differently from university students. Those students live differently from rural migrants working night shifts. And all of them interact with foreign men differently depending on what social category they mentally place you into. That classification happens almost instantly. Your watch, your shoes, your hotel, the district you spend time in, the confidence of your body language, whether you speak Thai, whether you understand social etiquette, even the way you order alcohol. Bangkok is constantly reading people. I think many tourists never realize they themselves are also being evaluated every second they are there. One thing that fascinated me was how invisible the hierarchy becomes if you only stay inside tourist zones. But outside those zones, the structure becomes much harsher. For example, I once spent time around upper middle class Thai office workers in Ari and Sathorn. Completely different atmosphere. Completely different social expectations. The women there weren't impressed simply because someone was foreign. Many already spoke fluent English. Many had graduate degrees. Many earned enough money to travel abroad themselves. And suddenly, the fantasy some foreigners carry into Thailand starts collapsing very quickly. Because outside the tourist economy, foreigners alone has surprisingly little value. At that point, your actual economic level matters. Your education matters. Your emotional intelligence matters. Your social awareness matters. That's when I started realizing something uncomfortable. People naturally drift toward others whose lifestyles feel psychologically sustainable to them. A woman earning 150,000 baht a month in Bangkok is living inside a completely different reality from a restaurant employee supporting family member back in Isan. Even if they stand only 2 train stops apart geographically. And because of that, foreigners often become confused when they experience radically different reactions from different groups of women in the same city. One environment makes them feel desired. Another makes them feel invisible. That emotional whiplash confuses a lot of men. But Bangkok itself isn't confused. The hierarchy is functioning exactly as designed. And honestly, I don't think this system is uniquely Thai. Bangkok simply exposes dynamics that already exist everywhere else. The difference is that the city compresses extreme wealth, aspiration, loneliness, nightlife, tourism, and class mobility into one giant urban machine glowing underneath neon lights. So the contrasts become impossible to ignore. You can literally walk from a luxury mall filled with women carrying designer handbags into a narrow alley where migrant workers eat 50 baht noodles under fluorescent lights.
Wow, that's really amazing.
Two completely different Bangkok existing simultaneously.
To the next brand. Thank you very much.
And romantically, those words rarely mix as freely as tourists imagine. I think that's why some foreigners become emotionally addicted to Thailand. Not necessarily because they find love here, but because the city constantly lets them temporarily imagine themselves moving between social worlds they couldn't access back home. For some men, Bangkok feels like upward mobility. For others, it becomes a painful reminder of their limitations. Sometimes you can feel that invisible world even sitting across from someone at a bar. The conversation flows naturally. The attraction feels real. The atmosphere seems perfect. Yet somewhere underneath it all, both people are silently calculating entirely different futures. Can this lifestyle continue? Who sacrifices what? What social world does this relationship belong to? Would this survive outside Bangkok? Most people never say those questions aloud. But they exist anyway, quietly shaping every interaction beneath the city lights. And maybe that's the strangest thing about Bangkok nightlife. From the outside, it looks chaotic, impulsive, emotion-driven. But underneath all the neon and music, the city is constantly organizing people into invisible lanes, whether they realize it or not.